Hey everyone, and welcome. If you've ever had an idea for a cool smart device, you know the first big step is picking the right brain for your project. Well, today, we're cracking open the datasheet for a tiny module with some serious muscle, the ESP32 WROVR. We're gonna see what makes it tick. So, you've got that next big idea, right? Maybe it's a gadget for your smart home, a new kind of wearable, or even a network of sensors for your garden. Whatever it is, the little component we're looking at today might just be the perfect heart for it. Think of this as a digital unboxing. We're going to go layer by layer through the spec sheet to see what this thing is really all about. And this is it, the ESP32WR. So what is it? Put simply, it's a microcontroller, an MCU, that has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built right in. You don't need extra parts for connectivity. The datasheet calls it a generic module for a wide variety of applications. And trust me, that phrase is music to a developer's ears. It means it's a flexible, do-it-all kind of solution. Okay, before we dive deep into the nitty-gritty of pin diagrams and memory maps, let's just start with the headline numbers. You know, the big specs that give you an instant feel for just how much power they've crammed into this little guy. First up, the number 2. That's how many CPU cores are packed inside. And the really cool thing, which the datasheet points out, is that these cores can be controlled individually. So imagine having 2 separate workers on the job at the same time. One is dedicated to handling the Wi-Fi, while the other is processing sensor data. It's incredibly efficient. Next number, 8 megabytes. This is the amount of extra memory, or PSRAM, that this W-over version comes with. For a module this tiny, 8 megs is a massive amount of workspace. It lets you run way more complicated code without constantly worrying about running out of memory.
And our last headline number, 150 megabits per second. That's the max data rate you can get over Wi-Fi. That is more than enough speed for pretty demanding stuff like streaming audio or sending big chunks of data up to the cloud in a snap.
So we know it's got power on paper, but how does it actually plug into the real world and connect to the rest of your project? Well, for that, we need to look at its physical form factor, its size, and more importantly, its pins. And just look at these dimensions. It's only about 18 by 31 millimeters. Seriously, it's smaller than a postage stamp. That tiny footprint is exactly why it's such a great choice for projects where every millimeter counts, like wearables or tiny discrete smart sensors. The module connects to everything else through its 38 pins, and these pins are its lifeline. They're all grouped by function. You've got your basics for power and ground, you have pins for all the standard communication protocols to talk to other chips, and you have general purpose pins, or GPOs, along with specialized inputs for sensors. It's a really comprehensive layout. Now pay attention, because here's a huge tip pulled right from the datasheet. This could save you hours of headaches. The documentation is very clear. GPIIs 6 through 11 are already busy. They're used internally to talk to the flash memory, so just don't use them for anything else. It's a classic trap for beginners. Just leave those pins alone. All right, we've looked at the outside. Now let's metaphorically pop the hood and see what's really going on inside. We're zooming in on the actual chip at the heart of the module, the ESP32 D0WDQ6, and its core architecture. This table gives us a great breakdown. We've already covered the 2 CPU cores, but notice the clock speed. It's adjustable, anywhere from 80 to 240 megahertz. This is fantastic because you can crank it up for high performance when you need speed, then dial it way down to save battery life. Then you've got the different memory types. There are 4 megs of flash, which is where your program is stored permanently, then 520 kilobytes of super fast SRAM for quick calculations, and of course that beefy 8 megs of PSRAM for the really demanding tasks. But let's be real. The absolute star of the show for any ESP32 module is its wireless power. This thing isn't just a processor. It's a communication hub built from the ground up to be connected. Let's see how it does it. So it has both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on board, and they're meant for different jobs. Wi-Fi is your go-to when you need to connect to the internet over a wider area, like through your home router. Bluetooth and its low-energy version BLE are perfect for short-range communication, like connecting directly to a smartphone or setting up little beacon devices. Having both makes it unbelievably versatile. Okay, get ready for another one of those mind-blowing numbers. And this one is all about saving power. Less than 5 microamps. That's how little power this chip sips when it's in deep sleep mode. It is an astonishingly small amount of current.
And that tiny number is everything. A deep sleep current that low means your device can run on a small coin cell battery for weeks, months, maybe even years, just waking up for a second when it needs to do something. This single spec is what makes it absolutely perfect for battery-powered gadgets and wearable tech.
So let's put it all together. We have powerful dual cores, tons of memory, both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and an ultra-low power sleep mode. Let's connect all those dots and see what kind of incredible things you can actually build with a module like this. I mean, the datasheet itself gives a pretty impressive list of potential applications. And we're not just talking about blinking and LED. We're talking about heavy lifting tasks like voice encoding, music streaming, and MP3 decoding. It can run entire sensor networks or be the brains of an industrial machine. The sheer range of what it can do is why it's a favorite for so many people.
So, the bottom line is this. The ESP32 Rover just hits that perfect sweet spot. It gives you real processing power, all the connectivity you could ask for, and incredible power efficiency, all in a tiny, affordable package. It gives you all the tools you need to bring pretty much any smart idea to life.
And that really just leaves us with one final thought. When you look at everything we've just seen, the dual-core power, the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, the insane battery-saving potential, all packed into something smaller than your thumb, it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What will you build with it?